About a week ago, I visited Green Island Public Use Cabin in Green Island, Prince William Sound. And I was frustrated by the lack of information about it. Sure, you can find some pictures, basic descriptions of it. But I thought since I went there, I'm gonna make a short video about it so that anyone else wishing to do that can have more information than I did. So the cabin is located about 2.5 hours from Whittier. We launched out of Whittier. I took my 28-foot Raider boat. I wouldn't recommend taking anything much smaller that far. When we were out there, the seas changed quickly. Even though the weather forecast was nice, we still ran into some rough seas. And I would not have wanted to be in a boat much smaller than mine. All this information is at your own risk. You can die out there pretty easily. You can run your boat aground. You can do all sorts of bad things very quickly that are not healthy. So with that said, the Green Island cabin is on Green Island, right above or beside Montague Island, depending how you look at it. There are deer on Green Island. I did not see any signs of bears. I saw salmon spawning in the streams. It was really neat. And I think if there would be bears on the island, they would have been around the salmon. I did not see any evidence of the salmon carcasses being eaten by bears, just birds. So I believe it's safe to say there are only deer on Green Island. We also tried shrimping around Green Island, and we found no shrimp at all, only these weird little things. I don't know what they are. So shrimping, not good. We didn't try any fishing. Hunting deer on Green Island, I'm not that great of a deer hunter, so I won't elaborate, but there's definitely deer there. I saw lots of deer sign. Getting into the harbor is not difficult. Around this point here, going into the harbor, I had it read 6 feet on my GPS, and when it swung a little bit wider, it was like 30 feet. So I would be extra careful around this point at low tide. I would recommend going in as the tide is rising for the first time in case you get stuck in anything, you have the tide to pick you up right away. But with that said, it is a pretty nice harbor. It is pretty easy to get in and out, and I feel comfortable going in and out of there anytime except at the very bottom of a low tide. So I would avoid that. That goes for many areas of Prince William Sound. So here we're not quite at low tide. You can see there's still plenty of room out there for a boat to stay floating. You definitely want to bring a guy along that does all the work.
I don't do all the work. It is good to have some help.
The water comes the whole way up to here though. Like you can see it comes up to this.
Yeah, there's kelp. There's kelp all the way up.
There's this nifty walkway that goes up to the cabin. So here's where you put in the heating oil. It says use stove oil on the wall. I think they mean heating oil. That's what we brought along, and it worked really good. It says not to use kerosene. I don't know why, but we brought heating oil, and heating oil worked. It ran all night, and it used about 3 inches of here. So the oil stove in there is pretty nice. It's a little tricky to light, but there's instructions if you follow the instructions. It is it's not difficult out here. You can use this door. There's a door in the front. There's the path to the outhouse, which is finely constructed. Unlike some of these Forest Service cabin outhouses. They're good. I've been in a few that were pretty sketchy. There you can catch rainwater in that barrel if you'd like. That's pretty clever. This wooden trail to the outhouse is very nice, but it gets a little slick in the rain. Up here there's a bit of a downgrade. And we discovered if you aren't careful, you end up scooting down the downgrade at a much quicker pace than you really like. I would say 6 would be a pretty tight fit in this cabin. I wouldn't want to come here with more than 4 people unless they were children or you were really good friends. See the sound right out front. Here's the oil furnace. The instructions on how to use it are right there. We got it lit in about 5 minutes. You can also burn wood. Oil is vastly more convenient, and I think 5 gallons would last a couple days. Hey, welcome in. Was it wet?
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Well, this propane stove was at the cabin. I don't know if somebody just left it here, if it's part of it, or supposed to stay here. But it sure is handy.
Yeah, it is. I think it might.
Well, that's it for Green Island. I plan to do some more videos about public use cabins up here in Alaska in various places, not just Prince William Sound. I also upload some fishing videos, do different videos of the outdoors. So if you like that, feel free to subscribe and stay tuned for some more videos and updates about Alaska and about the saltwater.